Good evening, one and all. Hope you can both hear and see me. And now that I've turned the volume up, maybe that's actually possible. We are back with another Friday filled with fun and frolics for your favourite. Don't know where I was going with that, so let's move swiftly on. We'll say hello to a few people who have made it in tonight. Oh, I've already forgotten how to say that. We discussed this in previous stream. Darijan. Hello. Graham is also in. Good evening, Graham. As is Lee from Bolton. How we doing? Dan's here. How we doing, Dan? Mandy says, hi, everyone. Congratulations on getting your license. Thank you very much. I am very good and very happy about getting my license. We will talk a little bit about that later. Stuart's in. Hi, Stuart from Wolverhampton. Why did I want to talk to Stuart from Wolverhampton? It'll come back to me. Mini Scenes, how we doing? A very wet earlier in Dublin, says Lee Svein. Hi, Gaz Musk. Hope you're well. Yep, you can hear me now that I've turned it up. All good now. Yes, thank you. Sound is good. Video is good. Let's fly. Well, I don't know about flying, but we're going to try. Right. Some upfront admin for you all. Tonight is a very special night. We are going to be trialing not one, not two, but 3 new games for your delectation and enjoyment tonight. So, as I mentioned last week, the crowd-power relationship has crumbled and fallen. So we are no longer using the crowd-power software. So I know I made big claims last week that I was going to come out and design my own thing. I haven't done that either, but I found something else. It's just, I don't know how good it is. I've been playing with it most of the day today until the point where I got to, oh, it's 8:30 and I haven't written anything. So we're having the regular quiz on a different format, but only 10 questions of it tonight because I want to try 2 new things as well after that. And we'll tease them in a little bit. We'll tease them, yes. I also haven't checked whether we've got any new fish keeping confessions, so we've got that to look forward to, as well as me sitting here all smug going, guess who's got 2 thumbs and a fish store license? This guy. So I'll talk to you a little bit about the plans for the fish shop. Fish shop sounds very great. Oh, that's what I wanted to talk to Stuart about. I've remembered now. And anybody who has any questions and things, we can go through that. The general, what you guys been up to this week, what you getting up to this weekend, what have you got planned for Easter? Let's have a chat about anything you want to say. And we'll just kind of wing it. I'll try and keep to the same sort of times. We'll use this first half hour for a bit of chit chat and see how everyone's doing, catch up with you. And then we'll start dropping in the new features, should I say. Phil's in. How you doing, Phil? Hope you're well. As is Rebecca. I'm here for a bit. I seem to have either a cold or the flu. Oh dear. I hope you feel better. Simon, how we doing, Simon? Nice time to get a new record tonight. What, on the new quizzes, you mean? Yeah, well, that is possible. Lauren's in as well. How we doing? As is Mandy. We just sneaked in there too. I'm at an event, so I won't be here long. Just came to say Vegas. Oh, you're going to miss all my car questions that I put in just for you this week. So that's the one thing we've had to give up. There's no more gambling, or I haven't found a way to make this new software do gambling. So it's just going to be straight in. Questions 1 through 10. You get what you get. I made that noise as if that was going to be nice. I might have to go back to wine. Anyway, so just to tease you a little bit, so let me see if I can get this up. Load up my games. Can I show you this screen? I probably can't show you this screen. Let me just load this up. Live resizing. Everyone loves that. I have made 3 games for your delectation.
What do points make? Prizes!
Right, don't do that. So no member points this week. This is a trial week. We'll just be trialing the new formats. Maybe for the month of, what are we in? April? Yeah, we are in April. For the month of April, we might just try things because I've done 3 games tonight, but there are other options as well. So, for instance, the first of the new games is Fish Family Fortunes. Where's my head gone? I have disappeared. Hello? Where am I? Ah, there I am. Sorry about that. So we've got Fish Family Fortunes. We've got Wheel of Answer Smash. Wheel of Answer Smash. But not only have I taken the most confusing format, I've switched it up and added a wheel. This will be fun.
Points make prizes.
And then we've got the old general Aquarium Adventures number 258. There we go. No points tonight. Sorry, no points tonight. Everybody can have a refund on their memberships this month. I apologise. I have not found a way to give you points. End of. So we'll get to that in a bit. You can use your imagination as to what those games will be. But we're using a new software called Trivia Maker, which on first impressions seems good, but I've tried some of the games and they just plain didn't work. So the ones that I've got so far seem to work when I tested them, but we'll see how we get on. Hello, Stevie P. Hello yourself. How are you doing? Would it be rude to ask how much it cost you for your pet shop license inspection? It would not be rude. It cost me... How much did it cost me? I always say the wrong number, so I will just look it up now. I want to say £480, but I also said 640 before, so it's one of those two. Bear with me. And the swizz is, if this actually takes off, and I start... Nope, it's not there. If this actually takes off and I move into another premises, I have to pay it again because I have to get re-inspected in a new premises. So if I move house, technically if I expand the fish room, or if I move into a new premises and run it from there, I have to pay it again and get re-inspected. But I had the cunning plan of I got it inspected on the premises of me expanding into here. So you have to specify how many fish you're going to hold in stock at any one time. That's one of the conditions. Sheffield City Council, £465.70. That's how much it cost for my inspection, which I will need to pay every year. Or there's a bit of confusion. He was saying it was 2 years I was going to get, and then after that I get a 3-year one, so you have to pay that every time. So yes, it's not cheap. Let's put it that way. There's lots of overheads in doing this properly. So I noticed a few comments on my latest video going, "This is why everybody does it illegally." And I'm like, yeah, I get that, but I'm putting it all on the internet. I can't really afford to do that. But they also said he was quite cool, the guy that came around. I don't want to get him into trouble or anything like that, but he was also like, right, you can't officially start trading until you get your number issued, and that's not going to be until next week now because we're on holiday because of the Easter break. So until you get issued with your license, you can't legally sell. But I'm going to make no attempts to check whether you have started selling, and I'm going to ignore any complaints that you've started selling. I was like, right, okay, message understood. Thank you very much. But yes, I've been going through my various things I had to do. So one of the things I have to do is I have to put a sign up like this. Please respect the fish. Do not tap on the glass. Do not touch the water. This can cause stress and spread diseases between tanks. Thank you for keeping my fish healthy. So I have to put them up. I have to put up, there's one mounted on the door that says what my vet's address is and contact details, and open. I'm like advertising for my vet now. My vet that I've never taken my fish to. I have to I have to have hand sanitation stations. So I've been going around getting all that sorted out so that as soon as they come back on Tuesday, we can get all the T's dotted and the I's crossed. But yeah, it was an experience. He was here for nearly 2 hours. I did not think it was going to take that long. It did not take that long the last time I did it. And the guy was a fish keeper as well. Well, a previous fish keeper, so he kind of knew a little bit what he was talking about. And he kind of came in, took a look around, and was like, "Oh wow, yeah, that's cool, yeah," and just went ticked off loads of things straight away. And he's like, "Yeah, you clearly know what you're doing. Thank you very much." So we'll do that. Mini Scene says, "I'm a granny. My Endlers and Bloody Mary cherry shrimp have filled nano tank 1 with babies. That's always good. That's what we want." Questions? I'm in. No, there aren't any car questions. Sorry. I'm just saying that to annoy people. We will be we're a bit fish heavy this week because I've had a week off, so I've had time to write some fish questions. But general knowledge will come back. Don't worry, everybody. You have my email and number. It was my wife's idea that we should get an aquarium adventure sign for the gate at the bottom, because I have to. Parking is a big concern about getting your license, because I'm not allowed to have people park on the road. They have to be able to find a parking space on my driveway. Luckily, I have a big driveway, so that will be fine. Boots and Cats and Boots, hello! How are we doing? No gambling, this makes me so happy, until Graham says it's all Geo. No GeoGuessr tonight, but you never know, it may well make a comeback. And no gambling and no extra points. What? Sorry, it's one of those things. I was redoing this until literally 5 minutes before we came on scene. Stream, that was the word I was going for. And the names of them. Oh, you like that? Yes, Fish Family Fortunes. I thought was particularly good. So I'm also not used to driving these, so it might take me a wee minute to catch up. I expect a full of course, you can have your £0 back. That's not a problem. How do we join in the quiz? Well, let me explain. Right, we'll try the normal quiz first, because that's going to be the easiest to get your heads around. We expect something in exchange for our member cost. May I suggest an apology in the form of an interpretive dance? We'll see how the evening goes. That could be possible. You've been doing well raising them, Discus. The blue diamonds especially. I know, they've been doing quite well. I quite like that. Can you make Brian Employee of the Month? Do you know what? I had a very similar idea for a short. I was going to do that. But yes, the Discus are coming along lovely, I think. Much to buy. So, like, one of my favourite things at the moment is people who message me to tell me they don't want to buy my fish. I'm like, thanks very much. Thanks for letting me know. Not like rude or anything. Just like, hi Graham, saw your video about buying fish. I don't want any. All right. Cheers. And then the other ones who like to leave comments in the videos going, they're horrible Discus, I don't like them, I'm not going to buy them. That kind of thing. Which is always fun. One of the things I was talking to the inspector was about my slight fear of malicious actors and malicious reports. So I was keen to hear how they dealt with their reports of wrongdoings and things like that. So they talked me through their investigation procedures and stuff. So it did seem fairly robust, and they had come across that kind of thing in the past. So one of the things I've had is, I mean, I'm not going to be troubling any of this. It's not like there's any other Discus retailers in Sheffield that I'm trying to steal business off, and I don't think I'll be troubling the big guys. In fact, I want to work with them, if anything. So I'm hopeful they'll be a bit more drama-free than it used to be, at least. But some of the stories I've heard of people having, like, people coming around to visit and then like asking to use the loo and like tipping poison into tanks or stealing stuff or whatever. I think I should be okay because I've got cameras everywhere. But yeah, there are some nut jobs around. So we'll see how we get on. So Brian can definitely be chief of security. But if I catch somebody doing something naughty, I just hold their hand in his tank for 5 minutes. In fact, I'll do that in Mega Tank while I've still got it and get the finger chopped off the buggers. Could you get certain wild types in if requested? Possibly. So at the moment, until I get my number, my pet shop number, my license number, I'm limited as to where I can get stock from. So I'm limited as to what kind of fish they can get. I'm also limited by funds because this all costs money. So wild are not the cheapest. So I've got 6 Cometa Discus in at the moment, and I saw some on a list at the weekend as well, or the last order date. And I was like, oh, another type of wild ones. I can't remember which ones they were, but I was like, oh, they were even more expensive. And I just can't afford, I've not got that much space, and I can't afford to tie up that much stock, and there's no demand. So unless you wanted them and reached out to me and I brought them in for you, I just can't afford to keep that much money in stock that I can't sell easily. Because wild discus are a very niche market, and the people that the amount of people that have asked me about them, saying how much are they, and I've given them a price, and they've gone, you can tell that they're not the target market. But the people that have asked me who are serious are just like, oh yeah, that's not a bad price, but I'm in Scotland, so I don't want to come and get them, type of thing. Swings and roundabouts. I would buy a bunch of your fishing plants if I wasn't in the USA. Oh, thank you very much, Ed. You've got at least 46 people right now who can whack a 5-star review on Google. That would be lovely if you would all do that. Brian feels less like security, a bit more like a bouncer outside the club who's also had too much to drink. Definitely. How much do wild discus cost today anyway? Well, the ones I've got, if you want to buy them, I've forgotten what price I put on them. I'm not best businessman in the world. I put prices on my fish on my website now, so if you are interested, I put some example prices. But always willing to do deals if you are in the market for multiple fish. So the Cometa Discus, which are big adult ones, 150 quid I'm asking for them. Like I say, if you were to do a deal on multiple fish, we could work something out. And again, I'm pricing that because I don't really want to sell them. I want to pair them off and get a pair out of it and then sell the others, but we'll see how we get on. But I've also brought in some leopards this week, so we'll hopefully get them on the go. And again, I just want to get a few turnover stock a few times to prove that this is viable, and then we go in big, so as we have lots of stock of lots of different fish from lots of quality sources. Because my shtick at the moment is these aren't necessarily hand-picked from the best farms in Asia. These are from a wholesaler. So my USP at the moment is leave these fish with me for a little while. Now, by all means, come and buy them, because you won't find cheaper ones, but leave them with me for a few months to let me grow them up to the best I can make them, and then I can show you that I know what I'm doing, and then I offer you some nice quality discus. And then you can all join all the arseholes on YouTube who are like, that one looks like a rugby ball. And I'm like, did I not explain this in the entire video I've just made about how you identify a good shape and you can take a bad shape and make it a good shape? Anyway, breathing. So yes, my shtick at the moment isn't necessarily I'm buying from the best suppliers, although I am in talks with them, and once things start to take off, that is absolutely my intention, as I bring in lots of different sizes. So as if you want 6-inch fish, tank ready to go, bish bash bosh, done, I'll have several strains for you to be able to do that. Right now, still at the dipping toes in water stage, so I only have a few different strains, all quite small sizes, with the intention that I grow them on so as they're more appealing And I get to make lots of video content about it as well. So as I can say, this is how I'm growing on Discus. This is what I'm doing, etc., etc. So anyway, tonight is about having some fun, not necessarily about some business. But if you do want to buy some fish, by all means, get in touch. We'll leave that there. Working and lurking. How we doing, my fish tank aquatics? Is the Google business page? Maybe it isn't. Again, not a businessman. Random and very hypothetical. If GMO fish were allowed there and they made a glow discus, would you ever own one? I know a lot of people hate glowfish, but I love them. I don't love them. I don't mind them as much as like the injected or tattooed or dyed fish. So I would definitely separate those categories. I've got nothing against genetic modification in general, really, because I think it has lots of benefits, which probably outweigh the negatives in most of the fields that it can be used in. So I'm not dead against it from that point, but it kind of falls into the same category for me as things like balloon mollies or I immediately can't think of any more, but do you know what I mean? Where it's like we have altered something that didn't necessarily need altering. I get it in that some of the glowfish, it's a cool look. And some of the little fish, a tank full of neon fish, yellows and greens and all that, bombing about. I get it. I think it was a discus that would horrify me and I just wouldn't like it. But then I'm probably the same as somebody 50 years ago who took a brown discus and selectively bred that to make the first ever pigeon blood, or do you know what I mean, to make the strains that we have available now that everybody doesn't bat an eyelid because they're just lovely and oh yeah, that's lovely. That would have been horrific to someone else, so who knows. I would never say never, but probably no. You'll be breeding too, ideally. That's kind of where I want to go. I've got one pair. I had to use one of my quarantine tanks because I caught, well, what happened was I found two fish that looked really dark. And I thought, oh, that's not really good. And they were in my main mega tank too. And I thought, oh, they don't look very good. Well, I've got a quarantine system, so I will use it. And I whipped them out, stuck them in my quarantine tank, and they immediately laid eggs and went back to their normal colour. And I was like, ah, right. That wasn't illness, that was just breeding. They then immediately ate all the eggs, but I'm going to leave them because it's quite a good pair. Who should have good fry, so I'm going to leave them and see if I can get them breeding. As I said, I want to get the wild discus paired off so as I can get them breeding as well. I'm talking to a couple of people about who have discus themselves that are breeding them about buying the offspring from those, although I think I've upset one of them because we tried to come to some terms of how many fish do you want and how much are you willing to pay, and when I said what I wanted to do, I've not heard back from him. So if you're listening, I didn't mean anything by it. That was just an opening gambit. I didn't mean to offend. Standard discus are £40 over here. Yeah, well, and again, so that's a thing. In Jersey. So is that $40? Or have you translated it for me there? Oh, my balls. Thank you for whatever happened there. Teresa's in and has donated £2. Is that to make me be nice to you tonight? No, thank you, Teresa. That's very nice of you. So if we very quickly run through my prices at the moment, I think they're probably comparable to a random fish shop discus, and I'm hoping that the longer they spend in my care, the better they'll be compared to how they would be treated or how they would be raised if they were in Joe Blog's pet shop. So this means I need to fix the pictures on these because I've chosen some terrible pictures. So red Turks 35, red diamonds with the asterisk 40 because they're a little bit bigger. Blue snake skins all sold out of them actually. White tigers, Cometa discus, blue diamonds. For instance, blue diamonds are the biggest ones, so I'm asking 50 quid for them. Full stock list. Leopards 35 because they're quite small. Bolivian rams £7.50. Cardinal £3, but they're enormous cardinals.
Prizes!
Electric blue rams, Kuli loaches, Manikapurus. See how good I am at saying that now. Manikapurus. Orange Venezuelan. So I have made a mistake this week. Orange Venezuelan cories I had categorized as potential discus tank mates. And somebody pointed out in the comments, I went, oh, you can't be keeping orange Venezuelan cories. They're not suitable for discus tank mates. You couldn't pick a worse corridorist for a discus tank mate. And I was a bit like, what? I've been keeping these with my discus for years. What are they on about? They can handle temperatures like stairby cories just as easily. And to be honest, I've had 2 tanks of Venezuelans where I've kept them in. I've always kept them with discus for like, maybe not that long, 3 or 4 years or something like that. I've had the same group in with my discus. I've got some in Mega Tank 2 now. And then I had another group that lived with, where did they live? The Tiger Barbs tank that I had. So that was at like 24, 25 degrees, if that, whereas the discus ones were at 28 degrees. And they both thrived. They bred. They've lasted years. The groups have expanded equally, I would say. I couldn't even say that one had done better than the other, but they were absolutely right. Everything I can find on the internet says orange Venezuelan corias, maximum temperature of 25 degrees. And I was a bit like, oh. So I think I've just made a mistake years ago and completely got it wrong. I've been doing it wrong for years. Had never thought to check myself, so I've done that. So, and then in saying that, I did notice a comment from our very own Rebecca saying, so the source they cited was Planet Catfish, which is great. I've nothing bad to say against it. But most of the wild fish that are caught, the maximum temperature that they can find them in the wild is 25. So they could be ones that are more tolerant in there, and that orange Venezuelan cories are not necessarily a species. It gets too scientific for me, so I'm more than happy to admit I've been wrong. I've been doing it wrong, but they seem fine. And it's not like, but they've been fine for a couple of months. They've been fine for years and thrived for years. And they're as fat as the stair boys that I've had. They don't seem to be. I just can't see any negative effects. That's all I can say. Anyway. Yes, come buy my fish. Yes, thank you, Teresa Caro, for the £2 super chat. Balloon mollies actually suffer from, and the research, the colour gene adaptation typically is not exactly that's what I mean. I have no problems with genetically modified fish because it's not harmful, such as far as I can tell. But it does seem to affect them, like the betas, they stop selling it. Yeah, but I'm saying I don't like them from a taste point of view rather than I think that's evil, because I don't think that does stray into evil. I think the tattooing, the dyeing, the things like that, the breeding, intentionally breeding traits like balloon mollies, that is harmful and bad. I don't think that's the same category GMO stuff. Anyway. Blah, blah, blah. Right, we're going to have to start this quiz, otherwise we'll never get anywhere. So, let me share a link. This looks different to when I tested it. Right, okay, here we go. How did we get the link? Copy join link. There we go. there is the link as well. So we'll give that a few minutes to get people a chance to join and see how we get in. Discus, decent quality ones are a lot more than that around. Yeah, and I'm not going for the most expensive discs. I want to get a customer base. I want to get reputation. My Discus are, I think, keenly priced. They're priced enough that I make a small profit. I cover my costs and I make a small profit. I want to be sure that I've got a big enough market that when I do start bringing in some... So if you come and you buy these fish, which I think are nice, I'm particularly proud of my blue diamonds. They look really nice. So you come in and you get one of them, and then in 6 months later I go, wait till you see these. Then you come back, and that's kind of what I'm going for. I'm making enough to make it viable. Sensible... so you can come again. Sensible pricing. Good. Right, I'm a bit far behind. Spiritual Reaper, hello! How are we doing? Interesting discussion. Thank you, I like that. That just always reminds me of when I was at work once, and one of my friends, I was part of a Facebook group called Discus Revolution, because it was like the new way to keep discus, and it was called Discus Revolution, and he was like, I almost reported you because I thought you were in some kind of nut job group and you were discussing revolution. But no, Discus Revolution, not Discuss Revolution. Geometrically modified. There we go. Definitely. Balloon Molly definitely tastes bad. Matthew, I would like to purchase 3 discus, but I can't get to you for a few weekends. I bought 2 small discus from my LFS and I'm growing them up. I've just set up a 4-foot tank, so I'm almost ready. Well, hopefully in a few weekends I will still have some fish. I'm going to try and keep some stock at all times. So get on the website, book an appointment, come and say hello. Right, we've got some players with a font I can't read. 18 out of 50, I believe. So am I showing the right screen? I think I am. Right. I think I drive on this screen. Hang on. I'm going to have to move my coupon. Right, wait a minute. Where shall I put myself? Let's put myself over here. Is everybody that wants to be in, do we think? 19. So I think we've got the same format here. There's only 10 questions this time, but it's still 30 seconds, 10 questions. Click to submit. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. Let's give it a bash. Question number 1. What animal travels in groups called a troop? Is that llamas, camels, cows, or monkeys? So there's the timer ticking down there. And that's who's to answer up here. What does this do? Oh, okay. The answer was D, monkeys travel in troops. So jugglers in, 4-star a fish shop. Oh, I like it. And Error 404 are your top 3. So this is the leaderboard. Now this is a bit, I can't quite remember what I have to do here. Can't put me there either. I'm going to have to move myself to here. No. You'll just have to put up with me covering up your names here. I think if I click here, it's either going to crash the game or move on to the next question. All right, okay, that was the right one. It's very abrupt. I answered and it was incorrect. Question number 2. What nut is traditionally used to make marzipan? Is it pistachio, peanut, almond, or cashew? Are we allowed spaces? In this one, you're allowed spaces. Just wait until later, Juggler. Wait until you see the game I've got for us tonight. Even I'm looking forward to it. I don't know why I said it like that. course I'm looking forward to it. What nut is traditionally used to make marzipan? Pistachio, peanut, almond, or cashew? It's almonds. Of course it is. Leaderboard revealing Juggler, Era 404, and Vectra in the top 3. Well done, Vectra. Question number 3. What type of water setup is characterized by a mixture of saltwater and freshwater? Is that pond, freshwater, saltwater, or brackish? You can tell I was kind of struggling to write some questions in time for this one. It was... Oh, so when you all answer it, just finishes the timer. I like that. 270, 260, 234 are your top 3. Lee's made it into 3, pushing Vectra into 4th. Question number 4. What is the origin of the word Easter? Is it a Germanic fertility festival, Latin for spring, the Greek word for resurrection, or an Anglo-Saxon goddess Eostre or something? This is your current events topic question. It's the Anglo-Saxon goddess Eostre. 25% of you getting that one correct. That doesn't shame anyone as to who got the last one right or wrong. What does that button do? Oh, I can give you more points. There you go. Have an extra point, algae farmer. Alright, okay, that makes sense. I didn't know you could do that earlier. If you win by 1 point, I'm going to be in trouble. Question number 5. In the Matrix, what colour pill does Neo take? Is it red, yellow, green, or blue? I'm not too keen on the fonts or the extra points. I know I could have given you your 75 points, couldn't I? Dan wants his 75 points.
What do points make? Prizes!
It's red. Right, okay, Dan, you can have your 75 points. Right, everyone can have their points. Where is Dan? Let's average Dan. There you go, that worked. Jan S. Pedersen says, hi, can you make a video where you explain how to tell if a discus is deformed when breeding them? Kind of the guy from Denmark. Hopefully, yes.
What do points make? Prizes!
That might be something that I have to do once I start breeding myself so I can show you. But yeah, definitely. Right, Lauren, Stephen P, Zenny, I've started it again. I should just ban this.
What do points make?
320 becomes
Prizes!
395. Who else wanted? Zenny, Mickey, Lauren, and Stephen. Zenny, McGinger. $9.7.
What do points make? Prizes!
Adam. I'm going to say your 4-star official shop. Why have I done that? Mickey. Lauren, I'm sure, did it as well. Where's Mickey? Why can't I see you, Mickey?
What do points make? Prizes!
Are you even playing Mickey? Rachel. Yeah. Ooh. Oh, nearly gave you 3,000 points. Who else have I got here? Have I missed anybody? Live maths.
What do points make? Prizes!
I am the farmer. All right. Algae farmer. I was down here stairs when I heard about the points. It's hard to see things. Oh, can I just type in? Ha 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 ha! Look at this. 321 Dusty Bin. 396. I need to get better at doing mental arithmetic under pressure. Look at all these features. Have I got everyone now? I'm going to assume I've got everyone now. Question 6. What was the original source of the lightsaber sound effect in Star Wars? Was it a combination of projector and TV interference? Was it a vacuum motor, metal scraping, or an electric razor? Has Rachel been given points when she's not actually a member? Right, I'm going to take off 90. It was a combination of a projector hum and TV interference. I might just put the points up to 100 just to make the maths easier, juggler. Right. I can't remember what it is that shows me whether or not someone's a member, so I'm just going to have to assume I'm being scammed. Okay, fine. Question number 7. How many Cadbury cream eggs are eaten each year? Put together, it's taller than the Mount Everest. It's taller than Mount Everest. She's definitely scamming me, isn't she? How many Cadbury cream eggs are eaten each year? Is it 2.5 million, 10 million, 5 million, or 25 million? It's over 5 million. Four-star A Fish Shop is in first place. That's Adam. Lee's in second place. Stevie P is in third place. Oh, Juggler's technically correct. All of them are over 2.5 million. No prizes for being technically correct in the main quiz. Question number 8. Which character did not appear in Captain America Civil War? If you're eagle-eyed, you could look at the picture here. But is it Thor, Falcon, Spiderman, or Ant-Man? I didn't know if you could see if someone's a member. I didn't think you'd really do it. My bad. I can, but I forget what it is I'm meant to look at. I think you're meant to have, for instance, membership. Ah, that's how I tell. Who else has got membership? Ah, that's how we tell. So, minus 100 points. The colour of the boxes and letters is tough on me too. This is... I picked an Easter theme and I regret it now. The whole blue and pink, I don't know. Terrible. Penultimate question. Which country has a tradition of dancing with eggs on the ground and trying not to break them? This is an Easter question. Is that Germany, Spain, Italy, or Sweden? Who likes, as an Easter tradition, to dance with eggs on the ground trying not to break them? Is that a German tradition, a Spanish, an Italian, or a Swedish tradition? It's a German tradition. So, with one question to go, name is 22 points behind Stevie P, and Algae Farmer Mickey is in the top 3, but got some points to make up. So, I haven't found a way to make a gambling question, so let's just see how it goes. Which country has the highest capital city in Europe? Is it Monaco, San Marino, Liechtenstein, or Andorra? What do we think? The highest capital city in Europe? It is Andorra. So everyone goes there skiing. So, with no aplomb, that means Mickey has won. I bet that's a skiing related question. With 583 points, ahead of Juggler with 563 and Stevie P with 545. So there is your winners for this evening. But I need to get better at that. So that's going to be the new format for a few weeks. I think that will work. I wonder if there's a setting so it doesn't tell us what's right or wrong until you display it. I couldn't find one, so we might have to put up with that. But there are lots of things to dick about with. Let's put it that way. It's got an export to Excel button. Excellent. Oh. Let's get the question. Correct answer. And then who got it right is that? Oh, that's not quite as useful. Right, okay. What do we think? Nobody likes change. It'll take a little bit to get used to, I guess. But I think that could be a goer. Mine kept putting the questions up with the time gone, and the last question never appeared for me, and then the game just ended. Oh, okay. Okay, we'll try that. Built-in export to Excel. Yeah, not a useful one, though. I'll just do that for now. Shadow's in. Been quiet. So I can pause that if I need to. It's fine. It doesn't like my PC or so. Oh, okay. We can't be kicking out Zenny. We'll give it another go. Have you explored something like Kahoot? I see people using it on TikTok lives. They have a confidence mode where you can essentially make a gambling question, I think. We've done Kahoot in the past. I quite like this one because of the extra features that we'll see in the new games that are coming up. But if it doesn't work for people, it doesn't work for people. We'll need to come up with something else. There is also different modes I can do. So this was obviously the crowd mode. There's another way where we can do it where I essentially present and manually put in your answer. This will make more sense with some of the other ones. We'll try it again in a bit. But some of the other games, it's going to be a thing. In fact, I'm just going to get myself a quick refreshment before I even try and explain that to you. It was fun. That's what we want. A few it was funs. I mean, I think it generally works. let me just have a look at some of the customizations we can do. I can't see any. Oh, what's this? Blah, blah, blah. Let's play. Right, so as I mentioned, Shadow is here, just lurking. Nobody else seemed to have the issue. If it's just me, I'm not complaining. You should do what works from what. Well, have you tried turning off and back on again? Or on a different browser? Yeah, we could have that as well. It might just be a thing. Every now and again, it happened on CrowdPower. People were like, it's not answering. It happened on everything. Everyone we've tried, even GeoGuessr, has had problems with it at some point or another. So it might, hopefully, just be a one-off. What would we like to play next, people? Would you like to play Fish Family Fortunes or Wheel of Answer Smash? Control, Alt, Delete and wiggle the cables? Yeah, why not? Classic IT guy response. If you really want crazy, try Drawful. Oh, I've not heard of that one. We'll look into that. We could meet up at the pub for a good old-fashioned... Imagine doing that, yeah. That could be a thing. Family Fortunes says Average Dan. Smash says Darijan Dijan. Answer Smash. Fish Fan Fortunes. I mean, that's 2-2 now. I'm going to need somebody to break the... Ruffle is brilliant. Okay, we'll have to look into that. Family Fortunes. But we're going to do both, obviously. Right, let me close this. Exit game. Yep, exit game. How do we get out? Don't know what I'm doing. Just furiously clicking things. Right, Fish Family Fortunes or Wheel of Answer Smash? Kick the PC like an old 80s TV set is not the answer. You could try that, yeah. Alright, we're going to try Wheel of Answer Smash because it's kind of old but new. So this is going to be somewhat different than you're used to. So there are only 5 questions because I suspect this will take a minute. Crowd mode, launch full screen. Move that into there. Move little face. There you go. So, copy the link. Six 71474 is the code. I don't know why it does it like that. So the other one just gave you a link with the code in it, whereas this one asks you to put in the code. This one's got a theme song. Which will turn off. The code is 671474. 671474. Lauren, Ed, Shadow are all in. Applegal's joined us. So this is a little bit like Wheel of Fortune and Answer Smash. What we're going to do is you will all be individual players and there is a random player picker. So it will go around, and let's say it lands on just average Dan. So just average Dan will have a set of choices to make. So you can either pick a letter, you can spin the wheel, and spin the wheel will win some money. No money will be won. Points, let's call them points. You spin the wheel, it'll win some money, and then he gets to pick a letter. And if that letter shows up 5 times, he gets 5 times that amount of money. Wheel of Fortune rules, yes? So he can spin the wheel, he can buy a vowel, he can pass, in case you don't want to go bankrupt, because bankrupt is on the wheel. And I think there's another option. But for everyone else who doesn't get picked as the player for that round, you get to back or go against Dan. So let's say Dan picks B, and you don't think there are any B's there. You will get 5, it's really quick and I can't change it. There's 5 seconds for you to say, I agree or I disagree. And if you agree and it comes up, you get some points. And if you disagree and it doesn't come up, you get some points. And then we start again for the next round. And it's a randomator, picks a player, the player does it, and then you all bet on what the player's doing. Does that make any kind of sense to you? Obviously, the round is, you'll see the blank letters up, and you'll see the clue, which will be, the answer will be an answer smash still, but you'll see the letters come out as you pick them. Does that make sense? Teresa, 671474 is the code. Mandy's already confused. I'm hoping it'll just make sense when we start playing it. It's just keep an eye on your screen because you only get 5 seconds. Once the other person picks a letter, you only get 5 seconds to go for it or not. Hopefully that kind of makes sense. Clear as mud. Yes, good. Right, Teresa's in. Mandy's in. Juggler McJuggler's in. Elizabeth Appleby is in. Ooh, Applegal's gone all posh. Right, I think we're all good to go. Wait, what? Steven says, people couldn't figure out regular answer smash, and now there's this. I know, I am so sorry, everyone. This is going to be... I think it's going to be... I thought, I'm going to take the pressure off myself getting upset with you and have none of you know what's going on, and then just randomly picking letters until you figure it out. It was asking for new. I was only kidding, Applegal, sorry. I know it asks for your names. Right, are we ready? That's enough for that. Good luck, everyone. That's all I can say. So, as you can see, there's only 5 rounds because I think this might take a while. And if it gets too bad, we can just bin it after round 1. But we're going to start with round 1. The category is, did you see that? Actor born to play smiling Da Vinci lady. So that's your answer smash clue. An actor born to play smiling Da Vinci lady. And there, up here, is the letters. So you don't have to put in the spaces. You don't have to, you're just going to try and grab the things. So, there may be a stream delay. Yep, is the delay an issue? It shouldn't be because you're all playing against each other. You should see everything we do, but I don't know. Let's see. This is picking the first player. Juggler McJuggler, it's your turn. So Juggler will now be choosing. So he has chosen to spin the wheel. Now he has to guess a letter for $300, and you all get 5 seconds to back him once he chooses a letter. Juggler has selected M. Do you disagree with him/her? You have 5 seconds to answer. There are 2 M's. So I don't think anybody got a chance to back him there because nobody else got that. Does that make sense? Is everybody understanding this? Has anybody won any money apart from Juggler? No. Okay. Try again. So when just keep your eyes glued to your screen, because when somebody picks a letter, if that's what they're indeed doing, Ed, it's your turn. Oh no, lots of you got things. Ed is spinning the wheel. It also gets 300. Do you get a chance to fill in the name if you... I think you do. Oh, somebody's been booted out. Ed has selected C. Do you agree? You have 5 seconds to answer. By the time you hear this, it's probably already up. There are no C's. Juggler's turn again. How's that happened? $200 for Juggler. S. There is an S. Does anybody know what it is? Boots and Cats. It is your turn. Chosen to spin the wheel. $300 letter. L. There is an L. There is one L. So M blank 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 M blank 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 L blank S blank. Lauren spinning the wheel. So remember, your clue is actor born to play Smiling Da Vinci Lady. I'll give you another clue. The actor is... if that helps. Lauren's gone for N. GVP. Oh, Apple Gals had to rename herself. $300 seems to be a popular number. Stephen P has selected T. Do you agree? Everything he does rhymes. Shadow knows the answer. Oh, I was right, but it took my points away. Oh dear. Tracy Mini Scenes, it's your turn. Remember, it's still an answer smash. There will be a smashed element here. Actor born to play Smiling Da Vinci Lady. Tracy, it's your turn. You have to either spin the wheel, or you can try and solve, or whatever you want. If you try and solve, everyone else gets like 30 seconds to also solve. Tracy is selecting a letter. I think a few people know it. Oh, it's not working for many scenes. Oh. Okay, we'll try someone else. That's the leaderboard, by the way. Tracy has selected H. There was no H. Error 404. Mysteriously, it's your turn, Error 404. Can you mysteriously solve it? It's chosen to solve the puzzle. Right. So now everyone gets to solve it. If they're right, if the answer is correct, all other players will have a chance to solve. That means you need to type quickly because you only get 30 seconds. Error 404 has successfully solved the puzzle. Everyone now has 30 seconds to try and solve it as well. Error 404 gets 1,000 bonus points. Everyone else gets 500 if you got it right. And the answer is Matt Damon, Elisa. Matt Damon, Mona Lisa, Matt Damon, Elisa. All right. Jeez. Chill out. So, Error 404 won that round with $3,100. You're not getting that, by the way. Too fiddly, says Lee. Wouldn't let me fill it in. Not enough time to type. This is 25 quid well spent. Okay. Well, I'm going to punish you with at least one more round. This is cease performing that surgery. Cease performing that surgery. Shadow, it's your turn. Remember, it's still an answer smash. Come on, Lee. You forgot it was Answer Smash. It's literally called Answer Smash. It says it up there. It's Wheel of Answer Smash. Oh. How can you buy... Oh, I suppose you've got some money. Scott's chosen to buy a vowel, and there is an A. That probably has not helped you. NG. It's your turn. Oh, Zenny thinks she knows the answer. NG, are you not playing anymore? Have you given up? Shall I choose someone else? Too slow. Algae Farmer. Mickey, it's your go. I had high hopes for this game. I think I've just made a complicated game even more complicated, and it's going downhill. Mickey's chosen D. Wah, wah, wah. Harry, Spiritual Reaper, it is your turn. $300. What are we going for? B. Error 404. What are you going to do? $600. Guess a letter. P? Can we have a P, please, Bob? There is one P. Harry gets another go. Cease performing that surgery. It's another word for cease. There are 2 T's. Well done. Ed, let's see. You have a go. Sorry, not meant to laugh. Ed's gone bankrupt. NG. Are you still awake? NG. Or should I choose someone else again? No, someone else. I think NG's gone home. Darijan Dijan. Darijan Jizan. No, nobody's for solving it yet. What do I do if I know the answer? If you know the answer, when it's if you get chosen, you get to choose solve. Darijan has selected R. There is one R. Applegal. Elizabeth. Elizabeth Appleby. Or have you had to rejoin as someone else, did you say? Is that what happened? Oh, too slow. Harry gets another go. Right, Harry. I thought you said you wanted to solve. I pressed the wrong button. No G. Stephen P. Stephen has chosen to solve. Right, so you have to be ready to type quick. So if Stephen gets this correct, you have to fill it in as fast as you can. Stephen was unable to solve the puzzle. Boots has chosen to solve the puzzle. I've forgotten what the answer is. Yeah, that's fine. Boots Cats has successfully solved the puzzle. So everyone, furiously type as fast as possible. Time's almost up. Time's up. 7 players solved the puzzle, which was stoporation, not stopperating. Stoporation. So that means we have 4-star Office Shop and Boots and Cats are in the lead with $5,600. Juggler McJuggler 5,400, Error 404 5,100, Shadow, Stevie P, etc., etc. Elizabeth Appleby and Tracy Mini Scenes are not doing it, but Applegal's got 2,400 though. Continue, or have you had enough of this? Applegal says this blows. Lee went for operation. I was so sure with stopperating. Continue. I have 1 continue. That's good enough for me. Volare and That's Amore are among the signature songs of which Rat Pack member when he wants to open some beans? Elizabeth Appleby is not here, so we'll do that again. Stephen P., you get to start us off with Volare and That's Amore are among the signature songs of which Rat Pack member when he wants to open some beans? So not only have I made Answer Smash harder, I've also made the clues harder. Has Stephen actually stormed off? Answer play on words does not work. Too slow, Stephen. Zany McGinger, you get a go. Oh? Oh? Zany has chosen to solve straight away. This will be interesting. Good luck, everyone. A successful solve with 0 letters. I wonder how many other people are going to get it. 6 players solved it. 6 players got that. Volare and That's Amore are among the signature songs of which Rat Pack member when he wants to open some beans? Dean Martin Opener. Dean Martin and Tin Opener. Our leader here, $6,100, is still Boots and Kits. 5,700 points. You should get, like, solving with no letters should get extra points. Can I give you extra points? There you go. I'm playing God now. Right, is this the last round? Might be one more after this. If the Spice Girls' first hit was recorded 112 miles off the Chinese coast... Tin opener. That's not what it's called. What else is it called? Tin opener. How else would you open a tin of beans but with a tin opener? Who's Dean Martin? Oh, God, Scott. Applegal. You get a go. If the Spice Girls' first hit was recorded 112 miles off the Chinese coast, what might it be called? Q? Q? Sorry, there's no Q? What Spice Girl songs do you know that start with Q or have a Q in them? Mickey, it's your turn. I think me Fishy is a bit hungry. What's Mickey gone for? An S? No S. Lee. $300. What letter are you picking? The Spice Girls' first hit. Surely everybody knows what the Spice Girls' first hit is. Tracy, you're up. Spice up your queue. That's not it. Oh, yes, it is. Too slow, Tracy. Stevie P. I wanna. Has Stephen given up as well? Too slow, Stephen. Zenny, gone for the solve. 2 in a row. Successful solve. Right, everyone get typing if you think you know what the answer might be. Three players. The answer, of course, was Taiwanabe. Taiwan and wannabe. Well done, Zenny. We're going to give you another 100 points for getting that without any letters. Final round. The age of ABBA's Dancing Queen if sung by pizza-loving, watery reptile cartoons. The age of ABBA's Dancing Queen. Dancing Queen. Messy, only 27. If sung by pizza-loving, watery reptile cartoons. Tracy, are we skipping you again, I think? We are. Applegal, what have we got? The age of ABBA's Dancing Queen if sung by pizza-loving, watery reptile cartoons. Elizabeth is going for what letter? Jenny knows it again. S. 2 S's. NG. Are you here yet? Oh, I've got a few who think they know it. Stevie P. Applegal again. Ouch. Error 404. It's chosen to solve. So there's a lot of typing in this one for 30 seconds. Get your fingers at the ready, people. Age of ABBA's Dancing Queen if sung by pizza-loving, watery reptile cartoons. Just to reassure everyone, I won't necessarily do all these games every weekend. I just wanted to try some of them out. We might try some new ones next weekend as well. And then get down to... I kind of like to do a 50-50 split between chatting, questions and answers, things like that, and fun. Not that the chatting can't be fun as well. You know what I mean. Error 404 has chosen to solve the puzzle very slowly. It's a lot of stuff to type in. Dancing Queen, young and sweet, only 73. I don't know what I can do in this situation if error 404 has been hung or something. Oh, he has successfully solved. Type, type, type. Quick, quick, quick. Seven of you did it. Well done. It was, of course, 17 age mutant ninja turtles. Now, it might just be me. Heroes in a half shell. Was it not called Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles? Or by... Is that like a Mandela effect thing? I think we're done. Winner. Tied. Boots, Cats, Error 404 and Zenny McGinger all with 8,300 points. Juggler 7,000, Shadow 7,000, 6,900. No, I do want to exit. If only Scott knew who Dean Martin was. Right. Mixed results, I think. I think if we get better at it, that could be a winner. But we have one more for you tonight, folks. They changed it from ninja to hero after some kid killed his friend. Ah, right, okay. Because I remember it being ninja, and then I remember it being hero, and now I can't remember which one is which. If only I knew who Dean Martin was. I veto this version. I'm going to choose to invoke dyslexia and say, I vote this version. Thank you. Thank you, Lee. We weren't allowed to use ninja in the UK, so we got the hero. Ah, okay. Ain't that a kick in the head? Yeah, very nice, very nice. Didn't we just play Wheel of Answer Smash? We did just play Wheel of Answer Smash. But we have one more game to play called... Yeah, we're not playing this again, folks. No, stop. Exit. Exit. We're going to play Family Fish Fortunes. No, we're not. We're going to play Fish Family Fortunes. Which might not make sense if you're not British. Oh, no, Americans have this, don't they? It's called something else, though, isn't it? It's not Family Fortunes. What's it called in America? Is it Family Fight or something like that? So this is Fish Family Fortunes. Which follows the Family Fortunes format. That's nice to say. Family Feud. There you go. Okay. It's not up there. If the answer's up there, I'll give you the money myself. No. Family Fortunes, where all the answers are in a category where I have personally gone out into the streets of Sheffield and asked 100 people all these questions. I haven't. I've just made it up. This one's all fish related as well. So I'm trying to get back on theme. So it's one for the fish lovers, just for us. So this is one of the games that we can play in two ways. So we could either do it with teams, and then I have the teams submit answers to me, and then I reveal the answers, or we play it individually, where you all play on your own. So we're going to do it that way this time, but we might scrap it and try it again another time. Name a bird with a long neck. Naomi Campbell. Well, I'm impressed we've still got 15 people willing to play one of my stupid games. Lauren, Darijan, Juggler, Applegal, Error404, Harry, Elaine, Dan, Scat, Fat Kids, Joey, Teresa, Depressed Lee, Zenny McGinger, Shadow, and Meh are all ready for a game. Here we go. Let's just dump right into it, or even jump right into it. Right, that's enough of that. We don't need that. So again, we've only got 5 rounds because I don't know how long this is going to take, but it is Family Fortunes. I'm just going to do it. Round 1. The category is name a popular freshwater fish. Harry will be like, what the fuck? There's no such thing. So this one's for the freshwater peeps. Name a popular freshwater fish. So I'm going to set myself a timer. I'm going to give you a minute. Basically, you have to put in as many as you can. The more you get, the more points you get, basically. How do I set a timer? So it's going to be a minute and a bit because I can't find my timer on my phone. Timer? Clock? Timers. Oh, bloody hell. So, I'll just hold this up here. I'm sure I could do one on stream. I'll figure it out. True story. I was surveyed for Family Fortunes once. All I can remember is name something that comes in pairs, and I answered the stock. Oh, dear. It's better than a pervert. Oh. So when this timer gets down to 0, I am going to end the round, and whatever points you've got is the points you'll get. Is something supposed to be happening? Yes, you're meant to be you're meant to be answering. Does that mean it's not worked for people? You're meant to be typing in the top 8 most popular things. Hang on. Right, hang on. How do I connect to it to show you? Not working. Right, okay. we'll cancel that. I'm going to come out of this. I'm going to try again. I'm going to play. You've all been removed. We're doing it again. So join again, and I'll play too, and then I'll show you my screen so you can see what you're meant to do. So we'll just talk amongst ourselves. I had high hopes for this one too. I thought this one would actually be good. It gives you the first letter and everything. Yes, Teresa, I've kicked everybody out. We're doing it again so as I can play too and show you what you're meant to do. So if you want to play... Code's on your screen, 300-696. Right, oh god, we've got even more players than last time. Right, let's give it a go. That's enough of that. Shut up. So, we're going to do round one. Round one. Name a popular freshwater fish. Then I give you all that. And you should see a version of this screen. This should be on your phone or your computer or whatever it is that you're doing. So there's 8 popular freshwater fish. And I go, oh, I think I know what that one is. That's got 5 letters, because you can see there's a 5 there. It starts with the O. Oscar. And then you click that button and it goes tick. And then if you know what some of the other ones are, you might type them in. What could this be? Oh, B. B-E-T-T-A. I think that's a beta. Oh, yeah, okay. All right, that one. R. Rummy nose. Oh, no, it can't be that, because that's wrong. Oh, but I've submitted it now. Oh, etc. Do you get me? Do you get me? So I give you a minute. You tick the ones you want to tick. You don't see anything at this point. You just fill in the ones you want to fill in. So whatever you think they might be. There's nothing to freeze. It's just type in whatever you want to type in. No, too many letters. What could it be? Catfishes? It's not. So I think I've given you long enough now. I'm going to assume that that was a minute. So back on my host screen over here, I'm going to click this end button in a minute once you've all had a chance to go for it. If I click end, and we start from the bottom, in 8th place, beginning with P, was Plecostomus. So only one of you got that one right. And 7th is Corydorus. Oh no, there's a few of you got that one right. 6th was Oscar. Beta in 5th. Fourth was Guppy, would have got you 70 points. Neon Tetra got you 80 points. Rainbow Fish got you 90 points, only 9% of you getting that one. And your top answer tonight was, of course, Discus. 57% of you getting Discus correct. You see? Does that make sense? And then if I do that, it should show that some of you have got... Yeah, right, okay, I think we've all got it now. Yeah? So some of you got points, some of you gave up. That's okay. So that was round number 1. If we were to play it the other way, I get to do things like that and go, wrong answer. But we don't have to do that. No, we don't have to do that. How do I move on to the next round? Okay. Oh, God. Oh. What's this noise? Why are we doing that? What on earth? That was a horrible noise. Right, round 2. Common aquarium plants. So here you go. You should get a screen looking a bit like this now. Common aquarium plants. Where you have to type them in and do that. So I'm going to start the timer because I just realized there's a timer on this screen as well. That's the timer going down on the side. Oh, that's what that noise was. Right. Okay. Nope. All right. Jesus Christ. I'm not going to use that timer because that's horrific. And it only gives you about 10 seconds. There must be a way to give you more. Right, okay, I'm going to give you another timer, and because I've started it ages ago, we're going to do... No, I'm not doing 3 minutes. No, stop. Right, you've got 30 seconds. Do as many as you... In fact, you can have as many as you want. I'm going to go and get another drink, and when I come back, that's when I'm going to do it. Common aquarium plants. Last few seconds on common aquarium plants. And your time is up. In 8th place. So 8 was your B word. Bucephalandra. Bucephalandra. In 7th, Vallisneria. In 6th, Frogbit. Frogbit. Nobody got Frogbit. Your 60 point question is Cryptocorine. Your 70 point question, Amazon Sword. 35% getting that one right. In 3rd, Anubius for 80 points. In 2nd, Javamos. And in 1st place tonight, Java Fern. 70% getting that one correct. Well done, 70% of you. Darijan leads the way with 921 points. No, 929 points. Juggler in 2nd, Error 404 in 3rd. Shadow, Zenny, and Lauren make up your top 6, actually, because I can't count. Okay. Round number 3 of 5. We starting to get it now? Things you would find in a fish shop. So I'm going to play along. That's quite hard. I know the answers and it's quite hard. What's the M one? Don't forget to hit the arrow at the end of the word to submit it when you think you've got it. I think I might have got 100% on this one myself. I feel like the harder answers should be worth more, not the easier ones. Well, yeah, got a point there. But it's meant to be the most popular answers of the 100 people that I surveyed. Right, going to give you the countdown with the horrific noise. It's not battered Mars bars, no. Here comes the countdown. Right. And 8th place, fish net. Hardscape. Substrate. Medication. Well, a few people got that one. Aquariums. Fish food. Plants. And your top answer tonight, things you would find in a fish shop. Fish. I can't believe not everyone didn't get that one. Okay. Error 404 has taken the lead on that one. Zenny in 2nd place. Lauren up into 3rd. Daddy Jan 4th. Juggler in 5th. Shadow 6th. Scat 7th. Just Average Dan down in 8th. Harry's in 9th. Doing well for a reefer. Well done, Harry. Let's give a claps in the chat for Harry. Doing his best with all these stupid freshwater questions. Round number 4. Aggressive fish. Now, again, these are going to be freshwater fish. We'll just put that there. This could be fun if it actually worked. Oh, sorry, Garage Gills. Steve Harvey would have given me medicines. Who's Steve Harvey? Oh, he does Family Feud. Ah, right, okay. So in the UK, it's Les Dennis. That has been Les Dennis for a long time, has it? Is that twat doing it now? Gino DeCampo? So, this is Family Fortunes as I remember it. If it's up there, I'll give you the money myself. Bob Monkhouse, Max Bygraves, Les Dennis, Andy Collins, Vernon Kay, and Gino DeCampo. Yeah, it's Les Dennis all day long for me. Max Bygraves for Juggler. I mean, I do remember watching my old Max Bygraves ones as reruns and stuff, but Bob Monkhouse a little bit, but mostly Les Dennis is what I remember. The old comforting arm round the shoulder. So, what have we got? Aggressive fish. B blank 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 blank. O blank 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 blank. J blank blank blank. D blank 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 blank. I'm going to stop doing that now. It shows the question but not the clues on this one. So you should be able to see this. Are you looking at this? So that is the clue, or they're the clues, I guess. That's the question. Aggressive fish. The top 8 aggressive fish. Shadow's moved over to the dark side and now he can't remember the names of fish. Oh, dear. It's like that, is it? Or just a distant memory to him. Right, timer's getting started. In 8th place, your P answer is piranha. Of course it is, for 30 points. Red-tailed shark. In 6th place, flowerhorn. Fahaka puffer was in 5th place. Peacock bass. Jack Dempsey. Oscar, and the number 1 most aggressive fish, betta. And they are. Zenny rocketing to the top there. Well done. Era 404 mysteriously in 2nd place. Lauren in 3rd. Danny Jan 4. Juggler in 5th. Oh my god, I spelled piranha wrong. Well, how do you know you spelled it wrong and I didn't spell it wrong? Piranha. Piranha. Oh, good. I did spell it right. Yay me. Right, final round. Aquatic brands. Aquatic brands. Let's see, what can we go for with aquatic brands? F blank, E blank, J blank, J blank, O blank, N, L blank, T blank, S blank. So these are the brands that make your foods, your filters, your test kits, your nets, your substrates, your medicines, your that kind of stuff. Your aquatic brands, basically. So I'll give you a clue for, shall I? So the number 1 answer is, I think, a brand that I think has just dropped me. Number 3 is a brand that I tried to become a brand ambassador for who weren't interested. What other ones have we got? I can't remember what number 4 was. UK brand, says Ed. No, worldwide as well. At least some of them are. Last few seconds, shall we give you a little roundup? The O one is one I enjoy saying. If long-time viewers will know, we had almost a whole live stream dedicated to how do you pronounce this? Don't see any of these on AliExpress or Temu. Oh, I missed a chance to put in Eager. Right, let's start the timer and the annoying sound. Your number 8 brand, the S, was Superfish. Number 7, Tetra. Number 6, NT Labs. Now, admittedly, some of these might be UK brands. Number 5, Wasi. Ois. Wasi. Oasi. Oasi. Number 4, Jewel. JBL. Eheim. And number 1, Fluval. There were the first 8 brands that came to my mind. I mean, the 100 people gave me as answers. Superfish, I think, is like a UK niche one. Spelt Jewel. Oh no, I did as well. It's J-U. Oh, okay. Sorry, everyone. And Eheim. Oh my god. That's right, isn't it? E-H-E-I-M. E-H. Oh, yeah. Good point. Awkward. Can I alter that? No, I can't alter that. All right, sorry everyone. I need to take more care with my spelling. Let me know in chat if you spelled it correctly and I put it in wrong, and I'll give you more points. I could probably do that. But yes, Superfish, Tetra, they make foods and stuff. NT Labs, is NT Labs worldwide, or are they just British? How did someone else get it right? Well, they probably just spelt it equally as bad as me. Oasi, that's worldwide. Jewel, I think it's worldwide. JBL is European, probably. JBL is the one that I want to work with. I want to get a sponsorship deal with JBL because I actually use a lot of JBL products and like them. But every time I ask them if they want to work with me, they just keep saying, "We're not sending stuff to the UK." Like, all right. Don't want stuff. Eheim, obviously, filters, pumps, all that good stuff, do really good. And Fluval, who I've worked with for a long time and now are no longer interested in me. I think since they've picked up George Farmer, they're like, don't need you anymore. Beat it. So that was it. Sorry, everyone. Era 404 is our winner this evening with 2,037 points. I mean, Lauren, if you'd got both of them right, you might have won. But then again, Era 404 would probably have got them right as well, as would Zenny. So we'll just go with that. It's how they spell it in Sheffield. Yeah, let's go with that. It's how they spell it in Sheffield. Third place after that train wreck, I'll take it. Ah, dear. So, let me show you. So these are the options of the types of games that I can create. So you have a grid game, which is basically Jeopardy. But I couldn't find a good way to make that work. But I shall keep working on it. List is just the trivia. No, list is the one we've just done. So list is Family Fortunes. Trivia is just the general trivia. Wheel is the wheel game that we've played. Tic-tac-toe, I basically put questions in all these and you answer them. So it's teams. Again, I couldn't quite figure out how to make this work. So you answer questions correctly for each team to get the lines. Hangman was the reason I bought this, so as we could do Hangman. But it just doesn't work. Every time I've tried it, it just like aborts halfway through. So I just could not get Hangman to work. And then you get this fusion one. I forget what fusion was. Several categories with a number of questions under each category. You can choose the number of categories and question that best fit your settings. I didn't even look at fusion. It just looked difficult. Yeah, whatever. So we've got these, but there's also the opportunity to make your own version with a bit of everything. So we might look at that as well. So far, all I've done is Fish Family Fortunes, the normal quiz, and the Wheel of Answer Smash. So we might try a couple of different ones next week, or we might just stick with them. I will see how the feedback is received. As Dan says, also Clash of Play. That was last week. Okay. Right. Ed has never heard of NT Labs or Superfish. You must have heard of NT Labs, surely. Are NT Labs only British? Have you heard of Fish Shop Matt? NT Labs? Here's something you could do for me. Because I wouldn't mind myself a fat NT Labs sponsorship deal, just like Fish Shop Matt's got. If you go on to NT Labs Facebook page, see, they sell in America. There's a recent post saying, tag your favorite fish influencer. In fact, let me see if I can find it. So if you're a Facebooky thing, if you want to win some stuff, you have to go on there, follow the NT Labs page. Is it this one? Yeah, so it's this one. Find this one with that lovely man's lovely beard. Step 1, follow the page. Step 2, comment and tag a fish-keeping friend or influencer. I could be your fish-keeping friend and influencer. So if you wouldn't mind awfully increasing my relevance to NT Labs so as they give me a sweet sponsorship deal. That would be lovely. So follow NT Labs, find this post, contact, comment in there saying you can win stuff. So you will win that. You could win the prize. But if nothing else, if you just say Aquarium Adventures sent me here, said wonderful things about you guys, or whatever, just tag at Aquarium Adventures. That'd be nice, and you get a chance to win a thing. So that's NT Labs. I know them mostly for test kits. I've used their test kits for a long time. But I've also started using it completely unsponsored. I've started using their... I've forgotten the name of them. Back in a second. Satis and Optimus Prime. It's basically the dechlorinator, the water conditioner, so it's your alternative to Seachem Safe Prime, whatever, a lot cheaper. And Satis, which is meant to be like a biological starter, so gets your filters going and all that kind of thing. Matures filters quicker. And I use them for setting up my quarantine tank, setting up the Discus tanks when I set them up, just to get things going a bit faster, because I was taking established filters, but putting a hell of a bigger bioload into the aquariums when I did that, so I used that to boost it. I haven't lost a fish, which obviously is the minimum expectation you'd want, but they've done pretty well. They've handled the bacterial blooms that I had, things like that. Yeah. Have used Seachem products in the past, which have been fine. These were just a bit cheaper, and lots of people had recommended them to me, saying they were pretty good, and I paid for them with my own money, and I'm happy with them. So I think I would recommend them. Not a Jeopardy one. There is a Jeopardy one. Did I not show you the Jeopardy one? I think I did show you the Jeopardy one. Applegal says, I'd like your opinion on moving a betta fish from a 5-gallon to a 10. He currently has lots of decor to explore. I'd add more to the 10. Is it too big for a betta? No. I mean, there's no such thing as too big. That would be fine. That would be lovely. That would be a lovely thing to do for your fish. 10 would be great. That was tough. Those two are annoying. What, the quizzes or the games or the people? I'm behind now. I don't know where we're up to. That's how I don't know what NT... Oh, did they not do Canada? Did they just do America? That could be it. Seen lots of videos with people suggesting go 10 gallon as a minimum. Yeah, I think it'd be fine. Jewel is starting to promote in the US. Yeah, I mean, any of your aquatic brands, if you were to say, do you know what? There's this guy in Sheffield who can't spell for toffee, but I listened to his recommendations. If you wanted to sponsor someone, he'd be the one to pick on. He's not constantly sponsoring by anyone. So, you know. Can I tag dead influencers? I mean, you could. Or are you planning to kill me? What do you mean by that? That has raised my suspicions, as well as my eyebrows. Done, says Dan. Thank you, Dan. Competition ends on Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you. ADA is a company with money of the amount of stuff their stuff costs. I can see why. Seachem is the last brand we need alternatives for. Oh, what do you mean by that? Fish Shop Matt. It is Fish Shop Matt. He's constantly swimming around, so he's an active boy. I mean, yeah, you can't give your fish too much space. 10 gallon would be a sweet spot. It would be perfect for a betta fish. Mostly see API test kits where I'm at. Could just be the stores that don't carry every brand. Yeah, I mean, API is probably the market leader, I would say, in test kits. That's what everybody goes to. API Master Kit. Can't argue with it. I've been using the again, JBL ProScan strips. I don't know if I've just got a bad batch, but the last refill that I got has just given me wonky test results. So I'm a bit anal about this. Have I shown you this before? I probably have shown you this. This is my tank trapper app that I've made. Tank Trapper, easy for me to say. Tank Tracker. Where I did all this for my fish shop license that he was completely uninterested in it. But basically, I've got every tank that I've got, any treatments that I've got going on, tracking all my fish. But so, for instance, I can look at all my test results that I've ever taken and go through by tank and see which one's which. So I'm quite anal about water testing. I've always done it, but the last JBL ProScan things I got, it was like saying, "Oh, your nitrates are through the roof, over 100. Your pH is less than 4." I'm going, "What? There's no way that's true." So it's like that old adage: man with one test kit knows parameters. Man with several test kits never sure. Because testing with that, and then going back to the API master test kit and the NT Labs one and the other JBL watery one, I've got so many test kits. Every other one was spot on and agreed with each other except for the ProScan one. So I don't know whether it's the strips that I've got, which have always been accurate in the past, or if the test card's got discolored, because it's one of those ones you use your phone to take a picture of it on a card. So I don't know where I was going with that. It's just a bygone of, it's just a bit weird. But yes, when I was getting my inspection done, a few of the questions were like, "Oh yeah, so do you keep track of your fish imports and the paperwork?" And I was like, yeah, I've got it all logged in this app over here. I'll show you. And he's like, "Yeah, that's fine, tick." It's like, no, come on, I'll show you. Do you do water changes and do you take a note of maintenance and stuff? Yeah, I do. Come on, I'll show you. No, that's fine. Tick. I was like, I bloody spent a long time on this app making it. I want you to come and look at it. I practically had to drag him over and go, "Just look, it's awesome. Look how good this is." But he couldn't have been less interested. He's more interested in my fire drill procedures. Anyway. Got you tagged on Facebook. I'm now following your Facebook page. Oh yeah, by all means, everyone, go and tag my Facebook page and follow me there. Sponsor the guy who can't spell your brand name. When they sponsor me, I'll pay more attention. I'll spell it correctly. Maybe see if you can get NT wholesale for your shop. Might help give them a nudge. Might, yes. I could definitely do that. Have you got the license now, Graham? Technically, no, but I've been told I will be getting it. So I haven't been issued with a license number yet, but it's coming. I have a Fluval 23-gallon tank to set up to move my ever-expanding minnow clan, so my betta will go into their 10-gallon. Fingers crossed he allows me to catch him without stressing him. You'll be right. My test strips are always accurate for me. I use the dipstick ones. Well, these are like dipstick ones, which have always been good, but just recently I've been all over the place. I love how you wanted to show up. I did. I was gutted he had no interest in seeing my app. The amount of things I spent so much time in, like, this is your dedicated testing station. Oh, come and look at my bucket I've got with a sticker on it that says net dip only. He was like, It's like, what do you mean? Look, appreciate. I went to a lot of effort for that. I think he knew you were above board, so didn't want to look at your set. But something. So these are my notes that I had to make. Not that you can see any of that. Can you see any of that? There are words on there, honest. So these are the notes of some of the things I have to do. So 3 things I had to do to get the license that I hadn't been doing is, and this is weird in and of itself. You must display on the tank the temperature range the fish is happy at. So I'd already planned to do, where's that? So I've asked Phil, who's probably still not watching, but the man who makes the stickers for my fish foods. So you might have seen the, if you've ever bought my fish food, you might have seen it on the back of it. It makes my stickers, so I've done a version of them like that. So I was always planning on doing this, which is like kind of, you see them in some shops, mini care guides where I've got temperature range they're happy at, the water parameters they're happy at, the behavior you can expect, how, what feeding, and any just general notes. So like Discus, I'm saying they're happy between 28 and 31 degrees. The water parameters they're happiest with blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. So that's fine. I just didn't have them yet because Phil's not made them up yet. So I've stuck some paper ones on for now to do that. That was the number one thing. But the only requirement is to have the temperature. You don't have to have anything else. The next thing was to have a sign that warned customers of the inherent risk of infectious diseases spreading between tanks. So this would be the subcategories of this where you had to have a sign to tell them not to annoy the fish by tapping on the glass and not to put their hands in the water. So only I'm allowed to put my hands in the water. The customers aren't allowed. And I had to have a sign that said this. So I've made a sign. It says, please respect the fish. Do not tap on the glass, etc. I also had to have a hand wash or hand sanitizer station. So I've now got a hand wash and hand sanitizer station. And then the other sign, which I showed you earlier on, was about the vets. So I had to post Aquarium Ventures license number TBC. Veterinary support is provided by Abbey Vets, and these are their opening times. So I had to do that. The other things I had to do to get the license, so that's fine. That's all done. The things I could do or should do, and they were the only. So just to try and get this correct. They were things I had to do to get the top rating. To go all out and solidify the top rating, I had to evidence a fire drill, regular fire drills. That's why I did my little mincing dance of me doing a fire drill. Any adverts that I bring out, whether it's on my website, on Facebook, on whatever it is, I have to include my license number. I have to provide a care leaflet at point of sale, but that sticker covers that as well. I have to write a training policy. Now, I'm the only employee of this business, so I have to train myself. So in this case, I have to do a CPD, a continuous professional development course, which is I either have to give a talk or attend a talk. I have to join a society. No, I don't have to. I can. These are things that can do it. Attending or giving talks, joining a society, being a member of various forums, printing out specific research articles to prove that I've read them, as if just printing them out proves you've read them. That all covers your CPD. And then if I ever hire anyone, I have to put a training policy in place for them, which could just be me saying, watch my YouTube videos. Apparently that's fine too. A level 3 qualification, an off-qual based qualification, which is the equivalent of an A level, I think, in animal husbandry, aquaculture, WATA does some various courses you can do, fish shop management, that kind of thing. Again, you don't have to do it, you just can do it. And that's it. So that covers, if you do all of those, you're guaranteed to get the top thing. There was a form he had to show me, which said, I have to show you this, and it says, you should inform the planning department that you're now running a business from home. He says, I will not check, I will not follow up, I just have to show you this. I don't think you need to, I don't think they'll be interested, but I have to show you this, saying we recommend it. But I did the same when I first got my account, and he said exactly the same thing. He said, yeah, technically you probably should, but they won't be interested. They only care if I'm going to have dozens of visitors. The main concern is, have I altered my house? I haven't. Have I got so many visitors it's causing a blockage? They're going to be parking on the street. They won't. I haven't. They won't. That's Dan. That's why I had to tell you to come and park on the drive the other day. And one other thing that doesn't apply either. So it's kind of all fine. So because I make videos and because I do all this, I'm going to try and just do all of these things just to prove. Because there's been a lot of comments going, oh, these bloody scalping councils just taking all the profit out of everything. I'm going to try and just do it to prove it's not that onerous. And that I'm kind of fine with doing all this. I'm kind of fine with there being hoops to jump through. I don't think anyone should just be able to spin up a shop and sell live animals. I think it's a little bit of a thing that we should just take a little bit more seriously and try and, I don't know, there should be a little bit of effort expended into it. Some of them will be ridiculous. The qualification thing, I don't think, I mean, I could be wrong. I was always going to do this. The Iwata one was one of the courses I was thinking of taking just to make a video about it, just so as I could do it. The idea in my head is that they go, oh, look at the things they make you think about. But I could be completely wrong. It could be really interesting. It could be something that'd be like, oh, I never thought about it like that. Oh, that'll make a lot of sense. I'll try that. That's the only one I think might be you're just making me pay for this exam. It's pay to play at that point. But luckily, you don't need to. You can still get the highest rating without doing that. So that's kind of fine. Experience is more than enough. Pardon me. Let's have a look. Oh, we've gone over time a little bit, but let's look. It was the fire procedure, break glass and swim. Oh, I did say that to him. So the first time I got assessed years ago, that was their big sticking point was, what would you do if there's a fire? Where's your fire extinguisher? Where's your fire blanket? And I didn't have one at the time, so I had to go and get one to get it. Whereas this, he didn't even bring it up. I was pointing at the fire blanket going, I've got my fire blanket. And he was a bit like, and? It's like, yeah, well, you know, for the requirement for the fire blanket's there. He was like, not interested. You have to have a fire drill to make sure you get out. Because the first time I was like, what would you do if there's a fire? And I was like, I'd get some of the water and go splish, splish, splish. What else? But I think it often depends on the personality of the inspector as well, whereas this guy seemed pretty down to earth, brand new, was kind of fine with everything and took everything at face value. Whereas the last one was a bit like, show me every electrical connection in here and show me where the drip loop is. So, oh, okay, well, all right then. Whereas this guy was like, not interested in the slightest. Could you release the app for sale? I probably could. I was thinking about it, but given that the level of interest shown by the inspectors, I thought this might be something that would be useful for fish shops to manage inventory, because I put a bit of effort into the fish sales and the fish recording quarantine periods, recording fish sales, recording fish deaths, imports, different batches of fish when they come in, all that kind of stuff. And I thought, oh, this might actually be useful to people. But given the level of interest the council paid to any of it, I don't know that anybody that isn't as anal as me would be interested in recording most of this stuff. But yes, if you run a fish shop or if you're interested in the app, I will, for free, give you a version of it to try out. There's quite a bit of work in taking an app that works on my PC locally to me on a database and something that somebody can install on their PC and run without needing to know about IT a little bit. There's quite a jump from that. So there'll be quite a bit of effort to package it into like an exe that just runs and opens and is signed and meets all the security requirements of Windows apps and things like that. So I don't know whether it's worth doing all that. He took one look at your DIY mega tanks and said, yep, this guy's got it. He knows what he's doing. Little did he know. Exactly. He was not interested in the slightest in mega tank. I was trying, because up here I've got a monitor up here that just covers mega tank and shows what's going on there. And I was saying, oh, this is my big tank here. It's like 8 foot by 4. And he was kind of looking around going, where is it? I was like, so it's behind those tanks. He was like, I thought that would be the one thing that did me in, was it's a bit of a death trap to get round there. But he's just not interested. Do you have a rescue plan for getting the fish? That was covered. I do not have to get the fish out. So if it was a pet shop, apparently there's a size of animal that you have to make a reasonable effort to get out if there's a fire. The fish is below that size. So Nick G has just subs to me. Thank you very much, Nick G. And asks, what's my favourite fish? Well, you must be new, Nick G. It is Discus. Definitely. Did the dartboard not make the cut? Did you notice from the video the dartboard was missing? I thought, just because I didn't know how it would go, I was quite nervous about it, because it is, Dan, you've been here. It's quite tight. It's not the most professional setup. It's very much built by me. I was a bit like, there's a dartboard here. That could be the thing that tips it over the edge of, nah, this guy's doesn't know what he's doing. He's playing darts next to a fish tank. It's back up now. But I took it down, hid it away. But it's back up now, yeah. You need a fire thing with 20,000 litres of water and 20 pumps. I know, exactly. What could go wrong with all these pumps of water? Right, I have rambled on for an extra half hour that I probably shouldn't have done. I've wasted your time enough tonight. If you are interested and you want to leave a wee comment after the video, let me know what you thought about the games. They were all shit is a perfectly valid comment. 2 of them were shit, 1 of them was alright. Let me know which ones you liked. Whether you're trying some new ones in the next one, if you're interested, or just, no, stick to the old ones. I preferred Answer Smash as it was, because I can do Answer Smash the way it was. Let me know what you think. Does Brian not meet the criteria of reasonably sized? I don't know. Apparently, if they're in a tank, there was something about monkeys as well. I think the legislation around here is changing of how things are dealt with, basically. So if it's in a tank, it doesn't have to. You don't have to attempt. I'm not saying that I wouldn't attempt, but I don't know what I would do if there was a fire in here. There's not much I can do to save the animals. But even if it wasn't fish, if they're in a tank, you don't have to do something. But if they're in a cage of the same size, you might have to, depending on the size of the animal. Well, I don't know. Happy Easter, everyone. Thank you, Teresa. Yes, very much so. See you all next week, says Dan. Indeed. First thing I noticed in the video. It's a good setup. It's just 10 million degrees on there. I know, it is. It is a bit hot. It was especially hot the last time you came around because I was messing with the radiator, but you know. Right. Thank you very much, everyone. I'm new to the channel. What fish do you? I have lots of fish. The best thing I can suggest to you is go and watch a smattering of the last few videos. If you don't have to go back that far, I'm sure every now and again when I run out of ideas, I go, I'll have a look at all the fish in my fish room. So I've got everything from African cichlids, giant gouramis. This is Brian, if you're new. He's coming. Come on. This is Brian, the giant gourami. He's kind of the channel mascot. He's like 2 and a bit feet long. We have Discus in my mega tank, and my other mega tank we've got peacock bass, giant wolffish. We've got lots of discus all around the place. Corridoras, small fish, African cichlids, pufferfish, tiger shovel noses, endlers, guppies, more pufferfish, more discus, all kinds of stuff. Plenty for everyone. You can hopefully find something you liked. But for now, good evening, everyone.